community of InnoAgora, which provides networking internationally to East and West of the world, to Greek enterprises. We try to be with you in different hours within daytime. That means that we try either to stage it at 1 o'clock or 5 o'clock to see what is best for you. But we see that the interest exists. So you help us judge whatever you prefer. I have to remind you that this session today will be recorded, and we are very happy to have with us Dr. Vivian Sofu, who is representing the Southeast Regional Office of EIT Manufacturing. And she is the Business Creation Manager, and we'll be listening to what EIT Manufacturing is all about and what it has to offer to businesses in the region. So Vivian, feel free to start. The floor is yours. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much for the invitation. We are very excited to be here. Thank you for inviting us. The Inaugura webinars are famous for their networking capacity. So we are here and delighted to present and to showcase the programs of EIT Manufacturing and actually to highlight how we can help the companies in the Southeast region with the prominent country, Greece. So let me share you can see my screen, right?
Yes,
Perfect,
clear.
thank you. Before going further to introducing EIT Manufacturing in whole, I would like to say a big thank you to HDB. We aim in the fruitful collaboration with you and doing more things together. So I would like to introduce EIT Manufacturing, even though I know that you have been hosting other EIT kicks as the knowledge and innovation communities. So I would like to share that we are one of the 9 kicks of the European Institute of Innovation and Technology. We're co-funded by the European Union, and our goal is actually to tackle the challenges in manufacturing. So to do that, I'd like to share some of the 5 main challenges we've identified that the industry is facing. So don't want to share too many details because you already know manufacturing and the community, what is the challenges they're facing. So skill gaps, lacking diversity, the linear production models and the products they create, the regulatory gaps or the lagging of regulatory frameworks we are facing, and the insufficient resilience, as lately we have identified, are key challenges. So in EIT Manufacturing, we aim to make Europe the leader of the innovation community. And to do that, we have a mission, which is to connect the manufacturing actors, to connect the big corporates, to connect small, micro, or larger SMEs, universities, RTOs, and of course, scale-ups and startups to accelerate a sustainable innovation in Europe. So to do that, we have, according to our revised agenda, 3 major strategic objectives, which are to put the people in center of manufacturing, of course, with the upskilling and reskilling, and to make, again, the manufacturing environment attractive to diverse groups, to accelerate green manufacturing and promote the decarbonization approach and also the net zero industrial and zero emissions. And of course, to foster sovereignty and competitiveness. So we can have strong commercial entities that produce impactful and sustainable solutions. So to go further down, in EIT Manufacturing, we have a unique approach. This approach has to do mainly with the fact that this is industrial driven, meaning that we hear and we listen and we record the challenges the industry faces. So we foster an environment that collaborates with the startups and scale-ups. Mainly, we find the advanced or even disruptive startups and their solutions. So to bring them together, we educate them, and of course, we connect. This is one of the key parameters and the key mandates of EIT manufacturing, to connect among the strong and the modest or moderate innovators of Europe, as in the case of Greece and the Southeast region. So, can you see me? It's not, sorry, I need to, oops. Oh, it's not any further.
Can we see the
Okay,
presentation
now?
on the slide 7 is not moving? Yeah,
Yes,
now
now
it's
it's
moved.
moving.
Yeah, it
Okay,
does. It
great.
does. It does.
Okay, great. To second what we are saying, we have a powerful partnership of around 60% industrial partners of diverse industries, from automotive, white goods, industrial machinery. And the 60%, as I said, is industrial, while the rest is our collaborators with universities and RTOs. All in all, we are a pan-European coalition, I would say, and we have local reach. So you can see here that we spread around Europe with 6 regional offices and having our headquarters in Paris. We employ, our colleagues are more than 130, and we grow fast. And in purple, you can see the Southeast region, which is the latest regional hub created. So a little bit for our team and then for our office. We were inaugurated, the office was inaugurated in October 2022. So you see, we're a little bit over 1 year old. During this time, we have been very active, and I think we already create an impact in the Southeast region. So the countries we support from north to south are Moldova, Romania, Bulgaria, Albania, North Macedonia, Greece, Turkey, and Cyprus. So to do that, the initiative was driven by the LMS, University of Patras, together with our Clean Tech in Bulgaria and Iceberg in Romania partners. We have been supported by 15 industries, and also from the Greek Prime Minister, which was an unprecedented. Our team is a great team, and we're completely growing. We have our innovation manager, education manager, communication manager, project and office manager, all led by Dr. Nikki Kusi, who is the director of CLC Southeast. So to go further on, I would like to share what we can do for you. What is the role of EIT Manufacturing Southeast? So we have the role local, regional, and of course pan-European. This is to stimulate the local manufacturing ecosystem. To accelerate cross-national synergies is one of the key mandates of our office. To do synergies regionally and with national authorities, and to facilitate policy making, and of course be the connection point between the actors, European actors, all over the countries we support, and of course support ourselves towards financial sustainability. To do that, we have innovation, education, business creation projects who are funded by EIT Manufacturing. We're doing matchmaking activities. We are interested in collaborating very closely with nationals and national stakeholders and ministries for policymaking, and we also participate in Horizon Europe projects. So very briefly, I would say that we have strong partners in our ecosystem, from the steel industry, from automotive, textile, and these also are universities and technology providers we support. So to highlight very briefly, we have 22 core and associate partners. 23 of them participate, many participate in 23 EIT manufacturing funded projects. We have many events and technical workshops, which really gives another value to the participants. We engage with startups, with organization, and of course, as I previously said, with ministries in the national authorities. So the way to do that is we're trying actually to reverse the EU paradox. So we're trying to translate knowledge into development and growth and sustainability. And by doing that, we engage with industry, with industrial partners. We understand the challenges. and then we try to scout for those technologies that will solve these challenges, to drive them commercially. This is actually a key parameter in all our initiatives. We are not in the R&D phase. We're trying to drive commercial agreements to drive industrialization of the solution, so all parties can benefit. So then we analyze, we develop insights, and then we restruct our approach and try to move further. So our strength lies in three pillars, as we say. This is our innovation triangle: innovation, education, and business creation. For business creation, I will elaborate more because it has to do with the interest of our audience. So, but I will just say that for innovation, we are supporting the last mile from proof of concept to commercialization. We're building consortia and we fund those attempts and those projects that will drive those businesses to thrive and to have a competitive and sustainable manufacturing in Europe. And also we leverage the expertise and the knowledge of our partners, and we're trying to do that with sessions and thought leadership that has to do with the latest trends in AI, data and manufacturing, the digital metaverse, and also the net zero manufacturing. So in what we're doing for education, as I briefly said before, we have masters and doctoral schools, and we facilitate upskilling and reskilling of the workforce, which is important so that they keep up with the technologies that we are forced and we want to integrate in the shop floor and more. And also we promote access to talent and initiatives like the Deep Tech Talent Initiative that drives more people and drives interest in the manufacturing. So now we'll just deep dive into business creation, which our role is to have startups, scale-ups, and SMEs and corporates join together to create commercial activities and support growth and impactful and also sustainable and profitable solutions. So actually, the value proposition of EIT manufacturing for them is first that they will be part of a unique and active pan-European ecosystem. And I would like to stress that once more. It's a pan-European ecosystem. We have over 20, I have over 20 colleagues in business creation all around Europe, where we try to facilitate this network, and we're trying to move the companies from the POC to industrialization. We try to do qualified introductions to them and also fuel their growth with our funding, but also with finding them diverse funding schemes that they will help them financially.
Vivian, quick question.
Sure.
So you're dealing with finalized, mostly ready to be commercialized solutions that have to prove something new, innovative in manufacturing, correct?
That is true, but not only that. I mean, we can support earlier attempts or teams that are going to create startups. So startups in an early stage content is also something we create. So we create the full timeline of a company from its birth. However, we have a strong focus in commercialization because this will solve the challenges the industry is facing. So we also prep the companies to become those innovators that will drive the growth.
Okay, thank you. Please go ahead.
Thank you. So as you can see on the right side of the screen, we can develop through our digital learning platforms and social network the skills of the companies for innovation and entrepreneurship. So to go into deeper to the services that EIT Manufacturing has for the startups and the scale-ups, I'd like to stress the access to market, access to finance, and expertise in coaching services. Main focus is the access to market, where we have networking and community building through our events, through our calls, and through what we will present later on that can be addressed for the startups. Qualified introductions is in the core of the business creation team pan-European wise. And also we give access to corporate challenges. So we have access to challenges our corporates, partners, or other industrial companies face, and we provide them so that we can scout and find the most relevant ones so that they can present their solutions to them, which is actually very powerful and valuable for the startups and for building success stories for those partnerships. Access to finance has to do with prepping the companies for investment readiness, meeting investors, and of course, accessing to other funding programs. And the expertise and coaching has to do with the different necessities of the different fields the startups and the scale-ups need support. Main focus is the support to commercialization and business modeling, but we can offer other services as well, especially when directed to our events, which are specific, and I will explain later on. So I selected out of the many opportunities we have to support the companies, the venture builder, which is an early stage support. I will speak for each one later on. The boost up access to tech and online matchmaking events that have pan-European access are very strong in producing collaborating results. Transform and accelerate are two calls. The transform has to do with supporting this, co-funding actually, these pilots they're making, and accelerate is our own investment plan. So to go to one by one, the venture building program, as I said earlier, is the part we support early stage industrial technological startups, meaning that this is not a financial tool. It's a tool, it's a 9-week, very a strong program that has the ability to focus on the solution they're providing, of how innovative is the solution, on the team they will implement, because this is very important for us.
Are you taking me to the innovation labs of large corporates to fuel my solution and test it through this program, or it is only out of the industry yet?
No, this is out of the industry yet. It's before you go to the industry, because we need to address how you can go into the industry.
Clear.
So to understand your solution as well. So we can do business model validation and then prep the company for investment readiness. So actually this target group is for early stage, and it's a new program that had got very good reviews, and we're going to move further down the line. This is a key for us. This is Boost Up, is a signature event that will change its format for this year. We have access to tech and online matchmaking like nothing you've seen before, meaning I'll take, for example, access to tech. It's a closed event by invitation only, where we have 15 startups all over Europe, and we bring them together in a physical event with corporates from, let's say, the specific regional office that is hosting. So we have 6 events, and we have corporates that will listen to the pitching of these startups, and then we'll have a matchmaking session. Or we can have the startups pitch, and then the corporates have do a reverse pitching, and then the matchmaking event. Usually what we do is we urge the manufacturing companies to provide us with challenges. So we do a selective scouting of the companies that they will participate, but both concepts work as well. So here we are to promote European manufacturing technologies, and these are closed events, I will repeat, by startups that are supported by the business creation team throughout Europe. However,
if I am a question, if I'm a finalist
please.
of the Boost Up, what do I gain?
The Boost Up competition now has to do with Transform Call that I will explain later on. Until today, we had several Boost Up regional competitions, like the one we held last year in November, where we awarded 3 winners that they took a monetary prize and, of course, business creation support in their growth, and, of course, a pan-European exposure. But now Boost Up has a new role. So the Boost Up is actually going to become the event where we award the success stories that are produced from the Transform Call. So Transform Call invites manufacturers and startups to jointly participate And you can see that we can have entities that come together. We can have a startup with a manufacturing company, or we can scout for the manufacturing company and present the startup that's ideal for their challenge. So in the screen, you can see on the left side, previous challenge owners that provided for us the specific problems they had. We did the scouting and support the selection. And on the right, you can see some of the technology providers we have been able to grow together and create these commercial partnerships. We
So you can
co-found those
be
POCs.
so you can be a viable supplier of these companies on the left by the end of the whole story.
On the left, of course,
Yeah.
but the point is to create, to share the risk. We've co-founded the POC. We give 20K to the selected cases. And then we also follow up the process, because sometimes the communication may be lost between the corporate and the startup, and we make sure that this doesn't happen. And also, I would like to stress here that being supported from EIT Manufacturing is a quality label. So this means that we are very careful of the companies we select, because those companies will be introduced to the corporates of our, of our network. So going further down, if my PC allows it. Sorry. It doesn't so far, but I think it will. Oops. Is everything okay? Can you see the screen?
Only frozen to the bootstrap.
Only frozen, but now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That's okay. So sorry for that. The Accelerate call is where we co-invest. So where we find those startups that have strategically important solutions and innovation for European manufacturing, have the expertise, have the team, and the drive and the high potential. So there we invest. We have investment focus areas that are diverse, and the ticket could be up to 500K. So we have different opportunities to actually support the startups. And these are just a selection of those. So I will just go back to Reese. I'm not sure that our audience is informed of that, well informed of that, but Reese is the regional innovation scheme that is introduced so that it can boost, it can provide support to countries that are modest or moderate innovators. So as you can see, the darker countries on the right side are the modest and moderate innovators belonging to the RISC scheme, which is supporting those countries, and the Southeast countries are in their majority part of the RISC scheme. So with RISC, we can do more. We have there programs like Leaders, Inclusiveness, or the RISC EVOR, which are in turn either competitions that bring awards, and then they have business creation opportunities, or there are calls where companies can participate and they can be awarded for a lump sum, let's say for inclusiveness, so that it can drive such innovations that will include people with disabilities in their workforce. And also, let's say the EVOR call is a lump sum for companies that want to accelerate their business or in another industry, within manufacturing, or in another country. So last
question. What is the
yes, yes.
maximum? What is the maximum grant amount that one can have in EVOR or
In
in general?
EVOR,
Yeah.
it's around 30K. In inclusive is 40K. So it depends. Down the line, we will have all our calls and opportunities in our website. So yeah, our communication manager is online, and he can post the EIT manufacturing website. So for everyone to see.
He already did it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Philotas. You can see my screen again?
Yep.
For me, something is frozen. Anyway, so apart from our own efforts, apart from the risk scheme, we have also created more collaborations to help the companies. One of these is the collaboration of the EIT with ESC, European Innovation Council. So there we can help the companies two ways, and we're going to multiply our collaboration. So up to now, we have the fast track to ESC Accelerator. ESC Accelerator is a potent tool, and we can facilitate with our own evaluation that the selected teams from EIT manufacturing can go to second stage. What does this mean? This means that they can skip the first phase, which has from 50 to 60% rejection rates. So we can evaluate, and together with the EIT manufacturing EIC mentoring team, we can help the company go directly to the second phase. And also companies that already have one of the EIC tools can be included in with our support, meaning that we named it as a business acceleration service, is the second part you're seeing on your screen. And these are the companies that have either or any of the EIC tools. They can be supported from business creation around Europe, and we can help them grow, and they can grow their innovations in the pan-European concept. So very fast, our impact, can you see that? Okay. Yes. Our impact is the startups that were engaged, and something went wrong again. Oh, I'm sorry. Something is really wrong with my screen. What can you see now?
Yeah, innovation, commercialization of ideas into products. Yes.
No. Sorry. This is what I mean, but it's not working. Apologies. Okay. So I will just explain that we have over 500 startups engaged. Over 100 startups are supported by EIT manufacturing. We have over 900 since 2021 interactions with manufacturing companies, and we have supported in various ways with the funding and commercialization products. So thank you so much for the time that you gave us. I'm very happy to answer any question, and I'm sorry I will stop sharing because something is really wrong with my PC. Apologies for that.
And you can try it again.
I will try it again. Yes.
Yeah, and you may stick to a page that you want to stress on. And indeed, it was very thoughtful, the idea to bring you on board to present the success stories and the best practices you've experienced on the region. And you are multi-diversified. I mean, I would like to hear more about upskilling, reskilling, if you don't mind, since this is one of the parameters that it does need the support and attention of everybody, but still there is a question of what is the basic difference with, for example, the Hellenic Federation of Enterprises and different mechanisms that they do operate in the country, trying to support the same ecosystem, but in a different way. I know the answer, but most probably you know the answer better. Okay. So if you can please enlighten us very quickly for this.
Of course, I'd be more than happy to. So upskilling and reskilling is one field that we feel it's very, very important, and we've asked for that from many corporates that want to introduce novel technologies in the workforce. So to do that, we have the teaching factors. This is our educational programs, and our open calls will be soon released and launched. So we have the opportunity to do teaching factories, meaning that we have hands-on experience as well. Besides from the platform, from Skills Move, which is our digital learning platform, when you can have either some free courses or you could have a learning path to understand exactly how the different technologies can apply, or you can be educated on these subjects. But also we can have the teaching factories when we can have dedicated solutions for the companies that wish to do the upskilling and reskilling of the workforce. And also we have to do that with different populations, like focus on women,
We lost her. So I give her a call because the connection was not stable. Again, she's on board.
Here she's.
Yeah.
Here.
It never happened before. I mean,
Don't worry, there's always a
this
first
is
time
a
for
webinar gone
everything.
wrong. Yes, yes,
Okay.
really. Anyway, so to answer the second part of your question, we are here in a collaborative role. We are here to collaborate with all these entities that have a different aspect. So we bring the pan-European approach. We bring the approach where we are in the commercialization phase. I understand that all these actors are playing a similar role in coaching the startups, in presenting networking solutions. So our focus is in manufacturing, which means that every digital aspect or every digital solution that can have an application to manufacturing is welcome to join our active and unique, I may say, network. So it's our initiatives and the events we're participating in or we're hosting mostly have this aspect of close and direct collaboration. This is also the outcome of our transform call, meaning the funded POCs. So we drive into collaboration. We are in the later stage of, let's say, supporting the startups and the scale-ups.
Mhm. Okay, so Vivian, for example, if I want to know which kind of grant help can I have on my TRL level 9, for example, or 8, okay? Because I think you mentioned that anything above 4, it is supported by you, correct?
Yes,
Which kinds?
lower.
Yeah, which kinds of options I do have? It's networking. Yes, that goes without saying. Uh, Connection with the industry. Yes, so that goes without saying. If I want to talk about financial opportunities in a semi situation of early life stage support, like a grant scheme or a combination of schemes, what would you say? Um,
These would reflect our calls, which are many and various. I mean, this is also from EIT manufacturing on the local level or on a pan-European level and also on the RIS level. So we have different opportunities. Let's say the leader or the EVO-R or the boost up competitions or the transform call. These are all granting money for the startups so they can either implement their projects or grow the collaboration. So you can find all in our website, and it's going to be released soon. What are the opportunities? Also, innovation call and education calls. There are many opportunities, and we would be very happy if you could contact us so we can divert you to the right scheme you would like according to what is the basis, what is the nature of the company, what is the goal, the aspiration, and the potential also of the company.
Mhm. And you have, of course, your own judging committees that can verify the business plan validity of the proposals, okay? And so everything is appraised by your system, your experts, correct?
Everything is appraised through our platform that we use for that. And also apart from our own involvement, we have always external experts that evaluate the companies that will receive the grant. So it's a very clear mechanism, and it's very focused in providing the grant to the company that can benefit more and can drive further their growth.
All right. Very recently, we just launched a new financial tool in the market, combining our guarantee and also the grant. scheme upon target achievement. That means that we give to the market for innovative business plans and their execution up to 400,000 euro, guarantees, blah, 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 blah. And we offer them the benefit to get the 20% back as a capital rebate. But these companies, they do have an intense capital need in terms of cash flow needs, acting like a bridge financing need to the revolution plan. So a company that will get into that scheme and seeking some more funds or some more support can also apply to your calls and get themselves the possibility of getting, for example, only for the reason that they are manufactured oriented only, okay? Can they get the support from you guys and operate like a bridge financing tool, offering the networking and upskilling, reskilling needs that they have to be fitted on the business plan module to cover these special needs? Can we act synergetically?
Of course, we can act synergetically because in any case, we need to see what is the business plan and what is the value of the company, and then we need to see what are the needs of the company and how we can divert them to the right tool we have. So either this is a tool for financing one company, or we can bring the companies in a consortium. So bringing the consortium means that they can alleviate from different synergies and from growing together with the partners for the last step of the commercialization. Usually these companies have a very high TRL products. So it means that they're ready to commercialize and they have the problem of the financial security. But it's also for us, bringing the collaboration means that we bring the customers to them. Again, if they have an innovative solution that can address the challenges of the industry, then we're very open in using these tools. And of course, we'd be more than happy to collaborate with you with companies that drive further down and they need a gap to close for their scheme, for their according to their strategy.
A company can directly reach you, or there is no need to reach your office, your regional office, but they do have just to visit your site. I mean, what is the best practice you would suggest to do, to follow?
They can always visit the website and they can see the information there. However, if they reach us, we will definitely understand, have a meeting with them and understand what are their needs, because the different aspects or the different initiatives we have is not listed on the website. And I mean, it is listed on the website. They do not understand the value of it. So it would be best if they can contact us and we can find together what is the best scheme to support. Maybe that is support from the business creation team. Maybe it's introducing to an innovation call, or introducing or explaining what these calls are and how they can exploit these advantages.
Okay, and we do have another question, very quick one. Are you working on a sector-based approach, or are you dealing with manufacturing in general? I mean, do you have clustering approach and clustering needs that you are expressing among the countries you serve, or are you just dealing with manufacturing genetic, generalistic?
It's both because we have, as I said, the thought leadership that drives us to the specific sectors and their needs. So if we have a sector in need, let's say our focus is in circular economy. So this is a special focus that we need to address. AI and data and how this is leveraged from the companies, this is also. However, we are dealing with manufacturing companies, with companies that have their solutions apply to manufacturing. Either these are the corporates or the technology providers that help with their solutions.
Okay, right, right, very interesting. I don't know if we have some questions from our participants. Feel free to ask. Now you have Vivian here, but for sure her presentation will be available to us all, and we can have it posted. Um, Somebody has a question, I think. George, do we see somebody? No. Okay. When is the
No?
next call? No. When is the next call you airing now? I mean,
We are airing in 18th of March, our Transform call, which is really the opportunity to get a pilot funded by EIT Manufacturing. So it's a really nice opportunity to get actual commercial business with a manufacturing company. So it will be aired end of March, and then end of April, we will have our innovation call and education call launched. So stay tuned. It will be quite busy. In any case, if you need our help in understanding what we can offer, either on service-wise or on the calls and the different initiatives, we are here to help. And also, when we're helping a company in the pan-European level, what we mean is that we can introduce them to other markets, even if they have tried to, and they do need a help in understanding the environment, understanding where to start. However, what we expect is that the companies are educated on their targets. They understand very well their product and they know the USP, so they can help us to promote them and introduce them to manufacturing companies.
there is a question from Dimitris. He says he would like to have some numbers and arguments regarding Europe and especially Southeastern Europe. It's either invest as a manufacturing supplier there or incorporate his startup versus going to the US. Why to, if I understand correctly, Dimitris, why to tackle Europe and remain in Europe and Southeastern Europe and not to try to move to the US?
That is a very good question. And actually, we have IPs flying from Europe to the United States. This is a different environment. In Europe, we have another approach, and this is what we're trying to build on. To make strong manufacturing ecosystem, of course, it's always in mind to collaborate with on not only the US, but other parts of the world. You can leverage the advantages here. We have very strong companies, very strong countries, and I think we have the tools now to make regions like our own to become stronger innovators than we are now. So we have tools, and we are. Your tools as well are the example of having more in our hands to help the companies grow.
Mm-hmm. There are, mind you, Dimitris and the rest of the participants, there is much of an effort that keeps going on the last few years to try to help companies, European companies, to scale up and remain in Europe. And this is a main effort of a European Innovation Council, of course, and the European Commission is focused all the attention on this. But now we do speak about the verticals. For example, the EIT manufacturing is one of those. Very successful attempt to talk for startups, because EIC, for example, Scaling Club is looking for companies, that they have received something more than 5 million or 7 million VC funding or funding in general. But although, the rest of the startups that they didn't have the luxury to become, early scaled up, they can find their way and their support from schemes that EIT manufacturing offers, and that's why it was a good idea to bring them on the table and join forces. By the way, we will draft an MOU cooperation with EIT manufacturing, because what they do and what we do, it is complementary and very under the same umbrella of synergies. And in the near future, you will hear some more from us both. But still, now we don't praise the work of somebody unless this work would be bringing the substantial difference to the market. And we do believe that since you do tackle education, you do tackle networking and industry expertise, you have nothing left out.
We are in turn very happy to collaborate with your organization. I think we can provide really interesting and really helpful and impactful tools for the companies. And let me stress again that EIT Manufacturing is here, and it was never, I mean, we never had in the region this type of help before, this type of initiatives, this type of collaborative schemes and calls to address the region. So now we have this opportunity. So this is, yes, the opportunity to grow within Europe.
Okay, okay. If somebody else has a question. Nope. Okay. It was really on time. Okay. Could we add the regional dimension on that, Stavros Manzanakis?
Yeah, please repeat the regional dimension.
Regional dimension on what, Stavros? George, can we give the microphone to Stavros, perhaps? Can we do
Yeah, give him a
so?
sec.
Thank you. Stavros, wait a second. Perhaps we may have the luxury to listen to your voice. But still, if you can, again, express it through a chat, please.
Or I will express and elaborate on what this regional for us means. So regional means that we facilitate the 8 countries. Oh,
You
has
have
access.
access,
So,
Stavros.
okay.
Stavros, please go ahead. Stavro? Okay. I cannot find the mic.
Okay.
Okay. I don't have a mic.
Then until he finds a mic.
No, but usually that happens, when we block the mic. Yeah, sometimes, it gets this thing. Okay, it's a hiccup, but still. Right, Stavros, I mean, feel free to elaborate with the chat, and Vivian will keep us on this. Please, Vivian, go ahead.
So I will go ahead, maybe understand what Stavros means. So the regional aspect is that within the Southeast, we, as I said before, try to forge all types of collaborations, meaning we have a learning expedition in the automotive sector in Romania, bringing again companies together to learn of each other's strategies and next steps. And so we have Hellenic-Romanian partnership. We're going to have our Access to Tech event in Turkey, meaning that we're forging the whole region. It's not that the Hellenic-Turkish partnership, it's the pan-European Turkish, the pan-European Romanian, pan-European Bulgarian. This is what we're bringing. So, of course, there's a regional aspect, and we're focusing there. And all of our, if we have a call of the Southeast region, then eligible countries are only companies from the countries we support.
And giving us, Stavros, the opportunity to make a comparison. I mean, how do you find Greece, although early, compared to other countries? I mean, the only thing we know is that we do have the innovation potential written and exclaimed or not on the European Innovation Scoreboard. So I don't know what is your Stavros. Okay, we need a reply on this. Also, in the several initiatives in Central Macedonia, and how to connect them with EIT.
There are initiatives, and we follow initiatives in all the countries we support. Central Macedonia, you meant not North Macedonia, Central Macedonia, in our region, in Greece. Okay. Yes, we follow up, and we're trying to do combined events, and also in North Macedonia, let's say, we have the opportunity to do cross-border collaboration. So it's within Greece and regionally, not only within Greece, but with the countries that we support. So it's both in and out.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So Greece has a potential to deal with us.
The potential is there. we are not so strong in the manufacturing sector in terms of corporates. We do have, but we're not as strong as other companies, but we are very strong technology providers. So we need to take advantage and leverage of the opportunities we have. So where we're good at, we need to showcase that. We need to export, let's say, or we need to collaborate with technology providers we have, with the manufacturers of other companies. We do have in our sector, let's say, Turkey and Romania, Turkey especially is very strong in the manufacturing sector. So we aim to first map what are the best our products, what we can serve, and then match make it with the need. So we do have manufactured to close in manufacturing countries in the region, and we need to export the technology providers of Greece and our region and connect them with the pan-European one.
Thank you. Another question, how to further promote your work in our region that we have around 14% of GDP in manufacturing? Of course, the region is Central Macedonia, as Stavros says. The reply would be, being close, following up EIT manufacturing projects and calls, and
Of course, of
networking with
course.
them. Stavros, networking is the game after all, and follow up. That's the game.
And also being very focused on the your target market and knowing it, and also following the rest of the initiatives, because we don't have initiatives in manufacturing per se. We have events that cover a wide range of startups and scale-ups, but we don't have diversity of the sector. So the sector can be very broad, can be from manufacturing pharmaceuticals to manufacturing plastics or whatever. So we need to follow, they need to address, and please reach out to the entities that can help you. Either it's us, it's Enterprise Greece, it's the local or regional offices that can get you in contact with the right actors so that you can collaborate and grow. As you say, the key is collaboration.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you, Stavros. Right. We're in time. Feel free to ask anything else you need. We do have some more minutes to go. And yep. Startups will follow the money. Do you read it, Vivian?
No.
It is
It's
a
in the chat.
commendable effort, but startups will follow the money. EU and even Swiss startups are suffocating under European risk aversion. Furthermore, we are talking about reskilling in areas that manufacturing is fleeing. How do you plan to do it? That means how do you plan not to let startups in Europe flee? Is a basic question, how to keep them here.
The questions we answered before in terms of providing those tools that will connect them with the right partners and to drive the collaboration with the manufacturers in Europe. We have manufacturing industry in Europe, and we need to support that. So startups will follow the money, but you need to understand that you need to be a company that has a business plan, a solid business plan, and a strategy. So meaning that in order for not to flee, the team is important, the idea is important, the innovation is important. Unfortunately, we've seen startups that they think they have a USP or they think they know the target, but they're not very well read. So you need to do your homework, and we need to do our part in promoting the best companies to the collaboration streams we're facing, and we have the potential to do that. So it's interesting of how many financial tools you can find within the EU initiatives. So I think that the startups need to understand that the money will not be thrown on their feet. They need to gain because they have the potential to become a company that will grow.
Thank you, Vivian. Dimitris, I have to mention here the recent experience we did get from the sector of the defense. Okay, so manufacturing defense is a huge sector, and especially dual defense, dual research. That means, for military use and civilian use. And for example, organizations like EIT Manufacturing, if they can bring you in cooperation with huge suppliers of the system of civilian use, projects. For example, in Germany, there is a company Rheinmetall, which is a conglomerate. Okay, I mean, if the collaboration of EIT manufacturing can bring you to get into the innovation centers, innovation labs of Rheinmetall, for example, okay, and become the long-lasting supplier with your little startup project, then this is a validity of your exercise, your business exercise, and then you do have all the right in the world to stay in Europe to serve your client. Okay, so they bring you together large corporates with startups and try to give the opportunity in jointly expressing the successful commercialization around POCs. That's the basic business. Um, and we
And
have been, yeah, please go
to,
ahead.
to add to that, we have the opportunity to know the challenges. We know the challenges of big manufacturing companies. So by knowing that and by having in hand those startups that have the potential, but also the right solution and the right team and the right environment to grow, then we can provide that because we know the demand. So we can find and do a real matchmaking that will grow their business in Europe, of course.
Okay, right. If we have no more questions, feel free to send us anything you want through an email and we'll reply you back. And the presentation deck will be available to you. And Vivian, we have to say a big thank you for being with us today.
Thank you so
Of
much for being here. I'm sorry about the technical glitch today. I don't know. It didn't work that well, but anyway, we did it.
No worries, no worries. Okay, thank you guys for being with us. We'll keep you posted for another inaugural session in the future.
Looking
Thanks
forward.
again for
Thank you
being
so
with
much.
us.
Thank you
Thank
for the
you.
invitation. Have a nice
Bye-bye.
day.
Thank you.
Bye.